Okay. Hello, welcome. We're going to be doing some Dwarf Fortress tonight. Mostly because, well, partly because the Gekukujo series I was doing is fallen to the wayside due to bugs and that, so stopped it earlier. But also because a new patch came out for Dwarf Fortress recently. It's already gone from 47.01 to 47.02. It was updated on February the 6th, which was, well, it's about 6 days ago now. But since then, I've been playing it in my own time, and so we're going to be starting starting with a fortress which I've already got going. It hasn't been around for too long, maybe about a year and a half, perhaps. But it's been quite a productive year and a half, at least by my terms. And well, yeah. So it's not, we're not going to be creating a world because that's already done and all that. However, I will go through the mod, what's it called? I will go through the bug fixes first up. Let's see. Should I bring it up on the screen? Or just a moment. Okay, so if I do capture. Hold on. Which one would... This one? Hey, it's this one. Okay. And I'm going to want to zoom in on this. Okay, so here is the list of bug fixes as it is at the moment in 47.2, posted by Tony1 on the 6th. Let's see. The major bug fixes. Fixed crash from starting in adventure mode as an outsider. I did actually come across this one, but apparently a bunch of people were having this. Fixed world gen crash involving civs attacking ruins that still had livestock. Okay. Fixed world gen crash involving criminals and arrest. To be expected with all the villains additions. Fixed crash from certain description strings. Okay, so I assume that would be descriptions on items or something. Fixed crash involving stressed out wilderness creatures wanting to complain to priests. Okay. I'd kind of like it if wilderness creatures were able to form their own religions. Maybe not allocating priests to it, but... Anyway, stopped carried newborns from setting their mothers' paths like riders. This is the one which I saw, and that's certainly very welcome. We won't have to worry about mothers ending up dehydrating and dying because their children are mind controlling them and telling them to go all over the place. Stopped flying mount from taking control when it's airborne. Okay, so that's cool. So you can have flying mounts now. I didn't actually think of that, and that just fixes the flying mounts from not working properly. Fixed broken hearth-person links for adventurers. I don't know what that is. Made animals follow the follow command instead of waiting forever. Okay, I suppose that's if you have horses and you tell them to follow you or something. Fixed issues with mount movement after fast travel. Okay. I hadn't actually used any of the mounts in the game in our brief romp through adventure mode. And we've got these other ones here. These are just other bugs, fixes, tweaks. Made undead rolled up by dwarf raids as with normal civs. So I assume for that it meant that you could raid a necromancer's tower and they never retaliate against you or something. Starting dwarves pulled from underground cultures no longer start with cave adaptation. Okay. Yep. That makes sense. So if you start with a bunch of dwarves and they're from an underground culture, then yeah. They wouldn't appear in the world and start throwing up everywhere. That's nice. Stopped non-dwarves from doing WG underworld disasters. Oh, world gen underworld disasters. Okay. Increased werebeast triggers further to match semi-mega beasts. I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean they transform more often? Took quantity into consideration in char-gen equipment values. Fixed item quality, interaction, effect range setting. Fixed masterpiece quality error in char-gen equipment values. That'd be character generation. Allowed legless animal people to pet animals. And they're not petting them with their feet, are they? It stopped pets from dropping all packed luggage when they're attacked. I kind of like the idea of that. Like your pack horse gets attacked, and they just dump everything and run. Stopped some cases of animals being called recruits after traveling. Fixed broken scroll expand commands in adventure intrigue log. Stopped charge-in beliefs from persisting incorrectly when certain options are selected. Fixed villain network exports from legends. Only works for living, no snapshots. Okay, so you can't see, like, older villain networks if characters are dead from them. Changed create new world civ number distribution. New numbers suggested by Telviano. I don't know what that means exactly. Changed human fortress to castle to avoid confusing with dwarf fortresses. That's nice. Just a little bit of a change. That would be for, dwarven fortresses in the mountains or so on, and the human castle in, like, the lands or something like that. Fixed inconsistencies in kill name changes. Fixed interrogator conspiracy XML. Fixed some busted world gem param in new lines. Okay. And the big one, of course, is the, this one. Stopped carried newborns from setting their mothers' paths like riders, which is very nice. That's why I started a new episode. So, if I... let's see. I'll pop this up, and we will swap over to Dwarf Fortress. All up. There it is. Okay, and it is there. It is there. It was just very big. Because we are currently dealing with traders. I said we were going to be jumping straight into my fortress, which I've been doing. I'm not lying. I was playing it just before I started the stream. So... yeah. Come on, you finicky sod. Just get into the... hold up. Stop snapping to... sometimes snapping to, like, bars is incredibly frustrating. Can I use the arrow keys to lower it a bit? I can. Okay, apologize for that. Right, now all the technical issues are out of the way, we can actually get on with the game. So, here we are, and we're just meeting with a mayor. No, we're just meeting the mayor. We're just meeting with the liaison for the mountain homes. Yes, the mayor, Id Uzolrith, meets with the necromancer outpost liaison. Logum Sakudrodum. Yes, this is an odd thing. The Dwarven Caravan, when they first arrived, because this is year 2 now, I would say, or at least this is the second time the Dwarven Caravan has arrived. The first time, the liaison arrived, and they were a necromancer. And, okay, so, we talked to them. Did our, what's it called? Exchanging of, what we wanted and all that. I don't think I asked for anything, because you'll see in a moment I haven't really had time to, get any production going. And then he just sat around my fortress for the next year. He was just sitting in the meeting hall, just standing around there. He's a necromancer. He hasn't resurrected anything as far as I can tell. No, it's not attacking us, so it's fine. Just a necromancer. Okay, you just saw the fort in the background there. There is much to share. Information added to civilization world info. Okay. What requests do you have of our merchants? Begin discussion. What do I want? I kind of want metal bars. We have iron. I haven't actually made you anything of it at the moment. Just a moment. Come on. Okay, there we go. Pardon me. Finishing a chocolate biscuit. So we have got iron, but I haven't made anything of it yet. Because it's been a little tricky to get to. Right, it's been sort of slow process because I've been trying to house all the dwarves and well, I haven't had time to really do mining and set up metalsmithing and all that. I don't know if we're going to be attacked. I didn't set this fortress in an area with the expectation of being attacked. I more just chose a location which looked, I don't know. No, I chose a location which looked interesting. It's a slightly larger area than normal, but I thought it would be a fun thing to make a very defensive fortress in quite a defensive area. So I got an anvil, we have the capacity to make more, I don't need arrows. Get some instruments, I suppose, because I haven't got any of the, what's it called? Temples up. And dwarves are probably chomping at the bit for that. We can see the fortress there. I'll go over it after we've done with this. Look over the documents. Yep, that's fine. What do you want? You want spears, tools, plants. Well, we can give you plants, figurines, cloth, and armor. Okay. Scepters, cheese, headwear, leather, water skins, bread. Fine. Farewell. I look to our meeting next year. Our fortunes rise and fall together. Yeah, well, you've sat in my fortress for a whole year. Are you going to leave this time? Where are you? Or did they leave without you? You're over there. This N here. Are you going to leave or... No, you're just going back to the meeting hall. Okay, fine, whatever. The necromancer who would never leave. It's like Kemmler. In my Warhammer series where I... Kemmler constantly sitting in Albion. Or just wandering around and appearing and then disappearing. You know, as he's wont to do. Doesn't look as good. I forgot to remove the... Sorry. Forgot to remove the alpha channel on that. Whatever. Anyway. So yes, this is our fortress. Or my fortress. It is called... Boltsdabbles. Which is actually kind of an appropriate name. Because my only military at the moment is ranged units. So... Okay, the idea behind this fortress. We are located right on the coast. There's the ocean. And I chose a spot, which was like a little sort of, I suppose, a little outcropping of earth into the ocean. And I've since dug this massive trench going around here. And I've built a wall along it as well. Cut down pretty much all the trees in here, except for this group here where we're collecting some fruit and such from. There's also this up here, which I might expand into at some point. We've got this bridge here, a double bridge, which flips up this way and flips up this way. With this platform in the middle, which is actually just... Well, I actually forgot to add a little bit of wall there, but... You know, it's a platform which doesn't extend across there, so when these are both flipped up, they can't get in. We have, you know, the wall along here with a little passage there, and the same down here, and like a start of a tower here, and tower over here, and one here over the gatehouse. This is our entrance into the underground. There's not much underground. Again, I've been trying to house people at all above ground. What with all the wood we've had. There is a bit underground. No actual housing. It's more just been to get stone, and also to eventually be able to get iron ore. Also gems. But it's really not developed that much. Originally, I had dug this out, and wait, hang on. I dug... Yeah, okay. You can see I dug a big hole here, and I dug it down, and it filled in with water pretty quickly. And I originally thought, oh, okay. I thought I had embarked in an area with a light aquifer, as odd as that is, being right next to the ocean, but it turns out it was sort of just this location. This filled in quickly. So I expanded up here, where there's a bit of shale, and we dug through there, and the aquifer was actually lower. And this is where it started leaking in. And it was really slow, so I was able to build a wall around it. It's really true when it says it's slow. It's like drip, drip. Not even that. It's even slower than that. So I built a wall around there. One thing is that when you place the wall down and the water moves into the square, it might look like the wall has disappeared, but the wall is still there, ready to be placed. It's just that the water is over the top of the designation for the wall. So it will look like there's gaps in the wall which you placed, but that's not actually the case. If we go down another level, there was another level of aquifer, and that was it. Just 2 levels of aquifer. Extremely easy to dig the walls out and fit and build wall there. The walls are built out of wood because that's easier to carry. And we dug down into the underground. You can see I've got hematite here, as well as some yellow stone and other stuff here. There was also, I think there was some aquifer there. I'm pretty sure when I was digging this, it was saying it was wet stone, damp stone. That's why there's a wall there. So I haven't dug too much around so that I don't end up getting water. I'm kind of hesitant to dig out too much because if I come across more aquifer, like if I dig down this way, I might come across one of the heavy aquifers and it will just flood the entire area rather than these light aquifers which are up here. Because we seem to have a mixture of the two. And that's about as far down as I dug. So it's really not that much, and I stopped it also so that we could focus on building houses for people. Also, on the seashore, we get these lovely waves coming up onto the shoreline, up onto the shore every now and then. It's very nice. There's sploosh, and you get these little clouds of mist. An ocean wave and mist. But the dwarves are very appreciative of it because it rains constantly here, so they're a bit unhappy about that. Moving on to the actual fortress. Here is the meeting hall slash kitchen slash crypt, I suppose. We've had a number of dwarves die. I've been extremely limited in the resources I've been able to get, so any dwarves with moods have been very unfortunate. Except for, I think, one. Yes, we had one successful mood, which produced Dumur Lautur, the Haunts of Covering, a shale ring, which is... This is a shale ring. All craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with round shell cabochons and encircled with bands of cushioned shell cabochons. On the item is an image of dwarves in shale. The dwarves are labouring. The artwork relates to the foundation of Boltsdabbles by the Red Whisperboard of the Allied Guilds in the early spring of 550. That's actually our fortress. That's nice. I hadn't actually read this, so I didn't know it was actually covering the founding of our own fortress. And yes, I let the history for this world go a bit longer than the usual 250 or 125 years I go for, and it's gone up to the year 550. Which took longer, but since I wasn't streaming it, you know. It's fine to have it going in the background when I'm doing other things. So that's nice, but that's the only artifact we've created. We also have this here, For the Love of Glaze Sandals, a slate-bound codex, which I suppose someone came onto the map with. The written portion consists of a 167-page guide entitled For the Love of Glaze Sandals, authored by Logger Machine Bells. It concerns the Tower Glaze Sandals. The writing artfully indulges the author's fancies. Overall, the prose is great. Wow. Okay. This is a book carried by the Necromancer. Necromancer Diplomatic Liaison. So he's actually from a tower? Fine, whatever. But our fortress. So, we've got some housing up here, along the wall, and some more here, and over here, and also a housing block down here. This is a farmer's guild, but it's not actually a guild yet, because I haven't built... It's not high quality enough. Our farms are here. This is our finished goods stockpile. This is our food and drink stockpile. I haven't built two separate ones. This is our mug stockpile here. This is our ammo and weapons stockpile. This is our training area over here for our marks dwarves, because I was wanting them, as we'll see, to move along the ramparts up here to be able to shoot at any enemies which are coming, though we haven't been attacked yet. There's the corpse of a berserked peasant there, I believe. A lot of our industry is outside, which... I had to get it up fairly quickly. So we have our carpenter's shops here, 2 stills, 2 fisherman workshops here, and various other things. I think these are craft shops. What's it called? Butcher, tannery, leather maker, the gem setter. They might be masons, and then like wood burners, smelters, and whatever else, the forge there. Our grazing area is over here. It previously was over here, but they were eating all the grass, and the dwarves kept walking over it, destroying the grass, so I moved them over here so where they have a bit more food. We don't actually have too much. Too many animals. This is our seed stockpile. It's covered in seeds. A lot of it's to be dumped because they're unplantable seeds. Our dump stockpile is actually here. But I was going to put it on this platform here, so the dwarves put the seeds here, and then I retract that and dump them into the ocean, because... I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. But I haven't actually used that yet. This is our infirmary hospital over here, which I had just been getting up today. We have some coffers here, and 2 beds. And if we go up a level... We'll see, I've been busy flooring over this area to try and stem the dwarves complaining about being rained on. But this area is still open to the elements, except for these rooms. I think I've built roofs on these houses here. We can see there's a second level of housing over here. And there's these ramparts here, which I think are completely exposed to the sky. But there is fortifications all the way along there. So if the marks dwarves are needed, they can go up here and shoot down at whatever comes from over this way in the forest. Where you can see we've actually cut down the majority of trees in this area. And our lust for timber has been so great that we've had to start cutting down the forest here. As well as a bit over here too. I think I cut down some here. Maybe. Or was that's actually beach there, so... I think we cut down some along the coastline. There was some here, which I think we cut down, but I ended up forbidding them because the dwarves were complaining they couldn't get to the resources because waves would keep coming up and covering them. So yeah, I feel like I want to build a big tower over here, made out of stone or something, but... that will be a while, when we get to there. There's some water patching around here because... there was a pond here and over here and here. And I believe it's still a thing in Dwarf Fortress. If you channel out an entire pond like this, The squares where the pond were, when it rains, they still fill up, even though there's no more, like, pond there. So the water will keep appearing here whenever it rains, which is frequent. But it just spreads out and then dissipates because I think a pond, if it's emptied like this, can fill up again. I'm not too sure. But because it's so big, the area is so big here, it just spreads out and evaporates. There's a bunch of logs in there. I might want to build a channel and empty those ponds. There's some driftwood on the beach there. It's just sand and shale. As I said, I mostly embarked on this area because it was right on the coastline. And there was this nice little sort of bit sticking out into the ocean. Though I didn't end up building on this part. I cut across there because I felt we were going to get attacked earlier than we've been around. Though, as I said, it hasn't happened yet. So, 3 levels up. You can see the ramparts are completely exposed up the top. There's roofing here. Dwarves are busy placing the roofs down. These holes are where the doors are. And that's unfinished roof there. I feel like I want to extend the roof over this entire area. I was building it to cover up some of the craft shops, and I feel I might want to extend it outwards even further, just so that the dwarves don't get rained on as little as possible, because that's been generating quite a few unhappy thoughts. They don't like getting rained on, and we might need to build another level of housing. But I've been building it over here primarily. For the moment, sort of splitting it between the two. As I said, these trees are for fruit gathering, so I haven't cut them down. And yeah, and this tree over here is just kept for aesthetic purposes. I don't even know what type of tree it is, but I kept it there because it's nice. It's actually 2. There's an apricot tree there and a highwood tree trunk. So I kept this one here mostly because it's just a big trunk. Look at that. It's a 3x3. There's a few of them around here. But yeah, you know, can't cut all of them down. You have to keep some of them around. Anything else which we need to go over before we continue on with this? Not really. I was going to build I was going to expand the, or move, like, my industry, my forges and such, into rooms up here. Where we have bars and stone and all that over there. Again, I with like our last fortress class mod, I don't really want to build underground. I don't know why. I kind of like the added challenge of building everything above ground, as undwarfy as that is. Anyway, let us continue, please. Come on. Okay, there we go. Actually, let's have a look at the world. So, we're here. And you can see there's actually quite a lot of bad lands in the area. I think I put savagery up to high. And again, like minerals and all that up to high as well. But yeah, there's quite a few evil areas around. Chewed hoof. But yeah, what's this? Dwarven Fort of Umbral Walls. That's a nice name for them. Yeah, there's actually a bunch of necromancer towers. One there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Whole bunch over here. Jeez, there's so much undead. So yeah, and we're just located down here. There's a necromancer's tower up there, one over there. It's kind of all just up there. Is there like an undead kingdom here or something? What is this? The Human Tower of Hero Authors. Population less than, around 10? Less than 10? Site government, the Helms of Homage. War. We're at war with them, okay. Artifacts, rumored. The tower, common practices. Oh, these are all just books. The human, my only mistake. Do we understand anti-sculpt shaken? Good lord, that is a lot of artifacts. The tower, a quandary. For the love of the hamlet. The Wizard's Guide to the Scroll. I just see that there. The Wizard's Guide to the Scroll. Is that like Dummy's Book to Books or something? Thoughts on the tower. Did Homestab falter? It is the Mountain Hold, uncovering the sand. I love to think that they write a book because they're like, you know, I don't know. Oh, I chopped down a tree. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to write a book on chopping down a tree. More Homestab. Before the tower. Codex. Okay. What's here? More books. Why are necromancers the most prolific authors in the series in Dwarf Fortress? I suppose because I don't have anything else to do. What's this? I hear the human tower of met crowds, but this is a grey tower. Does that mean it's a necromancer tower recaptured, or taken from the necromancers? Dwarven hillocks of road clear. Good lord, so much undead around there. Not much really down here either. You can see this area is kind of untouched. There's dark goblin pits there. This is Dark Goblin Fortress. Okay, so there's some goblins on this island here. There's actually nothing on that island. Is there? No. Is that elves? Forest of girders. Yeah, that's actually a completely uninhabited island, I believe. Another one over there. Okay. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, that's a world. Let's see. Civilizations. The Allied Guilds, Dwarvens, that's our faction, I believe. And the Red Whisper Board. Or is that our faction? We're at peace with both of them either way. What are some rumors, actually? Let's see. News of rumors. Oh. Wait, what? They're sending an army across the ocean? Or is that just like, we're going to move it the most direct route, and they actually moved around here or something? What is this? In the early spring of 550, the army of Amain Carnage Sings marched on Archglazed. Okay. Anything else? No. No, that's the only thing which we were told about. There's much news to share. One thing. Okay. Holdings and tribute. Oh, good lord. I don't know how to read this. This is just a mass of symbols to me. I suppose each one of these, like, borders, it's like red, we're probably at war with. Green, we're probably friendly with. And the symbol in them would be the faction which they're owned by. So we're here. All these necromancer towers, from what I can tell, I assume they're all like separate entities. I kind of need to do the thing where it's like, if you have two areas overlapping like this, instead of having it just like the greenest dominant color, you should have the lines so that it's like green lines with red through it. Or, you know, the dithered effect, so that it's like half and half. That's how they tend to show it in like Crusader Kings and all that, isn't it? That works pretty well. It might, maybe it wouldn't show too well in Dwarf Fortress, but that would help, you know, like disputed territories or something. Though there's not much cohesion with these territories. I don't know what it means by green or red. As I said, I assume that red means that we're at war with them, and I think we're just at war with the undead. I'd say the good side is winning. Seems like it. Though good also includes these goblins over here. People. You have no recoverable missing citizens. Right, okay, because we haven't had anyone captured. World. Oh, this is actually telling us. The Human Tower of Homestab. Yeah, okay. Population is around 30. Site government. The Bright Aquamarines. What's this? Reclusive requirements. Skirmishing. War. Okay. Skirmishing. War. No contact. Alliance. What's blue mean? Civilization. The Allied guilds. Oh, that's like... I suppose that means our faction? Yeah, the Allied guilds. Okay, so the Allied guild symbol is this line, whatever that is. A weapon or a bolt or something. What about this over here? The Hopeful Nation. Okay, I think that's like an earring. Right. Okay, well, you know, we're just sitting on the coastline here in a forest and building our fortress out of the trees. So, what was I going to do? I don't know. How many dwarves do we have? 73. Ah, yes, trade. Move goods. I was making trade goods. Crafts. There we go. Both of them. And trader request at depot. Do we have a trader? He hasn't like died or anything, has he? We lost our broker. And our captain of the guard. Damn it. Engraver could be captain of the guard. Oh, we've got a dungeon master as well. We've got a manager. I haven't got housing up for any of them. Chief medical dwarf. Competent diagnostician. That's fine. Broker. The mayor. Id is the broker now. Okay. I feel like again I'm just going to build the what's it called? Build the temples underground because it's easier, and just so that we get them out of the way. But I don't. You can see this like. Actually, no, that's because of the water above, isn't it? Yeah. You can get the feeling that there's a aquifer where there's not actually aquifer because there's a lake above, and it sort of says, "Oh, there's damp stone," but it's not really. You know, a problem unless you dig up. Do I want to build the temples in here? I kind of want to build the temples down here or something, but building outside takes time and wood. Not that we've got really a shortage of wood, but it just means it's more time the dwarves have to be outside. Whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna have to build like 8 rooms for gods. Build 7 by 7 rooms, I suppose. We can stack them on top of each other if need be. Oh, and there's some trees there. We're not using these trees for anything, so I feel fine about cutting these ones down. There we go. Though I would like to keep some trees around. Just, you know. Just for niceness' sake. I haven't got a wood stockpile either. Again, because I didn't want my dwarves always running out collecting all this wood. Right. So you go out to get that wood, and you'll bring it back, and we'll be able to start construction of the temples. I'll also... move these inside. Have we lost the dwarves, which were going to be my... like, forge dwarfs and all that? Metalsmithing. Congratulations, you're now all that, as well as a wood burner. Engraver, you're now a wood burner, and all this. I'm actually going to get a few of you. Masons aren't terribly useful to us. Because we haven't been doing anything out of wood, out of stone. Everything's been made out of wood. We haven't had to bother. Interrupted by a giant fly. That's about the most of what we've had on the map. Giant flies. And I haven't lost a single dwarf to them. I'll actually put the name of the fortress in the ticker. Let me just see. Alathgikut. Boltsdabbles. There we go. Okay. So, yes. Most of our wealth is from architecture. I mean, who wouldn't like all this wooden shacks? A lot of suspending construction of floors because dwarves stand on each other's construction while they're building them. That's kind of where you need the sound of just waves constantly in the background. I think it would be quite pleasant. Dwarves would probably be like, oh, that water! Bah! Forget it. Feltree horrified. But you're probably reliving seeing someone die. Yep. Because a bunch of people went crazy, went either berserk, melancholy, and just dehydrated and so on. And just being stuck outside in the rain all the time. He was bitter after getting into an argument. He was horrified after seeing someone die. He was annoyed dwelling upon having a drink without using a goblet. Now. We haven't had any elf visitors, I don't think, which is good, I suppose. Oh, a whole bunch of the logs just fell into the pond there and splash. Right, I'm going to have to channel that out, aren't I? So that we can get the logs back. Do that. Do that. Just do that for all of them. We don't even need to do it for those ones because they're so small. But you know, dwarven industry waits for no pond. Actually, I was thinking we could just build a whole bunch of trenches out here to make it hell for anything to try and get to us. I was thinking I could dig this trench down and have it filled with seawater, but that seems a little bit too risky. Water is not your friend in Dwarf Fortress. It is a very deadly enemy. Many an early fortress of mine died because I was fiddling around with water and didn't realize things. What's this? Oh, migrants have arrived. Lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interrupted by a recruit. Where? Herbalist is throwing a tantrum. Did a whole bunch of people just... Yeah, you can see how many we lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and a giant slug. This isn't with no enemies. It's just dwarves getting upset. Fine. What do you mean interrupted by a recruit? I suppose you're fist fighting each other. Yeah, you were just chasing after someone to punch them. Oh, someone became a hammer dwarf. No one fell into the ocean, did they? No, there's some fish in the ocean, but you can't, like, fish like that. I don't know how dwarves fish. They don't need a fishing rod. I assume they just grab the fish out of the sea with their out of the water with their bare hands, or they use their beard as a lure. Do you mind? Stop getting interrupted by people. Where's that? There. People are being vengeful and looking for someone to punch. Oh. We got some injuries. Good thing I put the hospital up. We need some more beds though. I thought I had asked for some more beds to be made. We might have run out of wood and they cancelled it. Yeah, I should use the manager also. Everyone's just being interrupted by each other. They weren't this bad before, but it has been deteriorating. That's hence why I built all these coffins. Ho hum. More people will have arrived. We've got a piglet, cat, dog, stray bull, billy goat, turkey. Can we get some like giant slugs to like tame and raise? I wonder how many giant slugs you get whenever they hatch. Do giant slugs lay eggs? Normal slugs do. Don't actually know about giant slugs. I would assume so. How many young do they have? Dwarf Fortress giant slug. Giant slugs are just that. Really large slugs. Thanks, Wiki. A huge monster in the form of a slug. They are quite non-threatening, although you may want to armor your dwarves first to attack them safely. Their large size can make their push attacks somewhat dangerous. They may appear as mounts during a siege, though it's difficult to take an invader seriously when mounted upon a giant slug. Giant slugs are largely harmless in combat. The head of a giant slug appears to have not to have any bone inside it, consisting of only fat muscle and a brain, along with its eye stalks. Therefore, a hit to the head is usually always lethal. Conversely, it can take a long time for a Marks Dwarf to take down a slug, as most of the bolts will hit the body of the slug and do next to no damage. The body is almost exclusively muscle and fat. Giant slugs can also drown and expire from old age after a single year. Oh, really? Oh, max age. Yeah, max age is like 1. Hunting giant slugs can provide a decent food source, but they're generally not worthwhile to tame. They do not breed and live for only a short time. Overall, they are pretty uninteresting creatures, unless you happen to have a fascination for giant slug slime trails, which apparently dwarves can have. Okay, so there's not really much. They're an adult at birth. But since they don't breed, then okay. It's a little weird, but fine. I suppose there's not like... Oh no, there's chickens which lay eggs. I suppose there's not the whole sort of laying spawn system, you know, something like that. That would mean frogs wouldn't lay eggs and all that, would they? I mean, I suppose they just, if they did give birth, they'd just give birth to little frogs rather than going through the whole tadpole system. I mean, slugs just hatch from little eggs and frothing such and such, and they just become little slugs and then they get bigger. Everyone's just having a Barney everywhere. Stop fist fighting and work together, dwarfs. What have you got to do? Interrupted by the mayor. I mean, the dwarves that will be left over will be hardened. Maybe. Weeding out the weak. Do that, that. Okay. I mean, that's why I was flooring over this area, so that we would have less area outside for the dwarves to complain about getting caught in the rain. Okay. No, not shale. I don't want you hauling rock up from below. Because that would take forever. That's why I'm making everything out of wood again, because it's easier. And lighter. Okay. And... do a double door entrance. Like that. Ooh. I put all of my defenses at the front here. Oh, there's some roof which you didn't finish making. Do that. Okay, did I allocate these beds? No, I didn't. Assign bed. I think pretty much everyone has got a bed. Well, maybe not. With the new migrants which arrived. Got more, but I was kind of on top of it before. Kind of. Not completely. What is the mayor doing? He is shaken after suffering a major injury. Fisher Dwarf punches the mayor in the head with the right hand. Dog bites the trader. Why is the dog attacking people? Puppy bites the soap maker in the head. Everyone's just like throwing punches. Okay, whatever. What is happening here? Let's see. Minor. In the midst of conflict. Ah, no. You keep getting into conflict. What are you getting into conflict with? The mayor? The mayor's in bed, unconscious. There's a woodcutter there attending a meeting. I suppose you're going past the door, seeing the mayor and running away? Yeah, looks like it. Because they get to there and then they're just like, nope. But the mayor's not hurting anyone, they're unconscious in bed. I don't know. Maybe the mayor got knocked unconscious while they're in combat and the combat's still ongoing. There's me just having a wild guess. Let us put this there. We'll build this wall along here. And we'll make it so the dwarves have to go through the bedroom area to get to the temples. Just to minimize the amount of time they have to go outside. Sure. Let's do a double wide hallway here. Like this. Yep. Like that. Up, that was shale. I don't want shale. There we go. And there. There we go. And we'll have to extend out this floor to cover here as a roof. And then put it over the, put it over these rooms. Is the trader also one in bed here? No. Where's the trader? There you are. No job. Where are you? Oh, you're down there. This is my fight too. This might require an answer. You've got no job and you're just running around. Everyone's getting interrupted by each other. It's like... It kind of feels like they've all, like, split off into smaller factions, and they're like... I don't like that person. I'm not going anywhere near them. Haven't got any undead caused by the necromancer, have we? Oh. There's a giant moth on the field. I'd imagine that's doing well with all the rain. Couldn't find path. Oh. The water is carrying some of the logs. We just have to wait for it to empty out. Actually, we'll need to do this. Oh. We should also actually expand this out so that it's a bit wider. Oh, so it's a bit wider, so we don't have to wait quite so long. Come on. There we go. Oh, hello, welcome. Do I have water features in the fort? None which I've created myself. Though we do have the ocean, which has nice mist. And we've got rain. Does that count as a water feature? The dwarves don't appreciate the effort I'm going to having rain on them all the time. They don't really like it. Oddly enough. Sure, why not? I think I've done a mist generator in the past once. But it's not something I frequently do. That mist generator is the whole, like, using pumps to pump water up into a channel up above and then having it drop down through a grid or something. And, you know, the dwarves getting happy thoughts from the mist, but it's been a while since I've done that. Everyone's just getting interrupted with each other. There we go. Oh, the Valley merchants are making off. Just like, this place is chaotic. Let's just leave. Hammer Dwarf is going around smacking people. People are being scared by the mayor while they're sitting unconscious in the infirmary. But damn, that prickleberry stew is a masterpiece. You missed this game? It is free to play. Unless it's like, you know, not don't have a device to play it on or something. A patch came out for this recently, so that's why, partly why I'm playing this. Right now, we're continuing with a fortress which I was playing on my own. So this is starting in the middle of things, as it were. But the patch fixed a number of bugs, including the one where the newborn children ride their mothers around the place until they dehydrate. That's a nice bug to have fixed. Oh, no PC at the moment. Ah. Unfortunate. Also, welcome. Now, could someone get those beds made? We might have more injuries, and we need them in the, Have we actually had the chief medical dwarf come and deal with the mayor's injuries? Or is he constantly getting scared of him? Where is it? There we go. Oh, he requires suturing. Head chin whisker torn apart. Wait, what? My beard's injured! Nose cartilage smashed apart in infection. Oh, great. Left ear cartilage smashed apart. He got punched in the face, it seems like. Second toe, left foot, nail, compound fracture. Ew. Second toe, left foot, skin, compound fracture, cut apart. Lower spine, torn apart. First finger, yeah. Neck fat, neck skin, neck fat. He's got a lot of neck fat. Why does he have so much neck fat? That is... Neck skin. How much neck skin, neck fat can you have? Apparently quite a lot. Am I missing something here, or... I'm just imagining this man with a massively fat neck. Yeah, okay. That was just a massive list of, neck fat and skin. Maybe it's swollen up because of an infection or something. That seems like a bit of a bug. Maybe that's why people are scared of him. Good lord, the mayor. His neck. Have you seen it? It's taken on a life of its own. Yeah, it doesn't list it in there. It's just neck. Okay. Maybe he's just got a whole variety of different injuries on his neck. I don't know. Ooh. Cool. Finish that. And also that bit. And we'll make these rooms. And we'll be able to have some nice, actually. Damn it. Replace that. Just get rid of the thing, because I don't like having to split up like this. Do this. Meeting hall, assigned location, the season of ivy. That was the farmers guild which was there. Meeting hall, assigned location, add location, temple. And 3, 8 worshippers, 9 worshippers, 16 worshippers, 10 worshippers, 13... So 16, 13, 10. Yep, okay, so... 16 worshippers. Asked the esteemed key. Fortresses, war, death, blight, and disease. What a lovely god. Assigned location, active, temple. Next one's going to be 13. Which was the Treasury of Tin. Minerals, jewels, and wealth. And then we create another one. And this one, MLA, Temple, is going to be Atil Goat Embraced. Music and festivals. Okay. Let's place some more temple space down here. And like that. And there. Okay. Like that. And there. And there. And we're gonna have to build houses on it. Is everything on the surface? Pretty much. I embarked in a forest along the coastline because it was a sort of a nice little bit of land extending out into the sea. And I thought that would be a pretty defensive location. There is a lot of necromancers' towers in this world, though we haven't been attacked by them. Yeah, but there is some close by. So it's why I chose this location. Though we might end up just eating ourselves because of the dwarves getting unhappy. As it can be the case. I'll show the world off again in a moment. It's not a huge amount, but it's a little worrisome. We're right here. There's one up here, one up here, one over here. There's goblin fortresses over here. And there's just a massive amount of, like, necromancer's towers all over here. So, why not dig down? Challenge mostly, I suppose. We have dug down. There is a little bit underground. But I just wanted to build a fort on the surface. So, I have broken through the slow aquifer. And we've got a little bit on the ground, but mostly just for mining and stone. Or a few mechanisms which I needed for the bridges. Also, I kind of want to build like a castle, but don't know if the dwarves will hold on long enough for that. They keep getting interrupted by the damn mayor. And our necromancer liaison is just wandering around. You just sit in the meeting hall over there. No, you're actually going somewhere. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. Oh, you're going to the temple, probably. You just arrived and never left. It's amazing that you can tell me about events in the world when you didn't leave to actually get told what's going on in the world. I'm gonna have to put a door on this place. Oh, there is a door there. It's because there's a bed stuck in the door. Which is keeping it from being, closed. Can someone else please get those? Dump those beds. Someone please dump those beds. I mean, if the mayor dies, then that'll be better. You won't be scared of him anymore if he's dead. Okay, good. You took the bed out of the doorway. Ugh. Right, they'll just put the bed over here or something and dump it. And you'll be placing roof over there. Good. Now you're being interrupted by an animal dissector and a miller. Which miller? This guy. Sunk into depression. Yeah, well. Is that fog coming from the lake? You mean here? Or over here? This is mist created by the ocean waves. As the waves wash up on the shore. Which is very pretty. This here is just open space because I dug a large pit. Until I hit aquifer, which filled in too quickly. So we had to build a tunnel along there. And up there. You never noticed it before? Yeah, I don't tend to really embark on ocean areas, but it's got the whole sea waves coming in, hitting the shore, causing mist. And there's also fish in the sea. I think there was some here before. Oh, what was that? Hey, someone gave birth to a girl. Congratulations, and it's not going to kill you. Is there some up here, actually? Yeah, there. What are these? Herring! There's a bunch of herring in the sea there. Not that you can do much with them. It's not a zombie, it's not a, you know, terrifying ocean or anything, so we don't have to worry about, like, undead whales. There is one up there. The declining seas. Yeah, we're busy cutting down the forest too. To fuel our construction. And getting interrupted by our mayor. Okay, well, you'll continue building that roof and all that. This roof needs to be finished also. All inactive. The bear's probably going to die of infection. Such as it will be. Yep, what? Oh, hold on. There we go. And there. Okay. I might end up making some things on the ground anyway, just to... I don't know, because it's easier, but... I kind of like the idea of having all these little wooden, like, housing areas above ground. Though with the constant rain, it is a bit of an issue. Near constant rain? Not raining right now, but... What bed? Oh. Mayor, are you going to be getting up sometime soon? You're still scaring people. I don't know how. Oh, maybe they could see you through the roof there? And there. Nope. We're gonna like entomb the mayor so that nobody's scared of him. Or the miller. How's our military going, actually? Ah, fine. Some of them are Mark's dwarves. Actually, yeah. What are you? You're a legendary herbalist. Can we, like, deconstruct the bed you're on? Maybe that will help if you get up and punch someone and then you get put into bed. What are you doing? You're attending a meeting, so... Wait, that's a problem? Military, go in here. Is the mayor hostile? Will he attack my military? Or will the military pile on him and attack him? They're just dumping the mayor out of the bed currently. Now he's lying on the floor. Trader has been found dead. Okay. Where is he? Oh. Oh jeez, the hammer dwarf punches him in the head and he died. Well, so be it for the trader. There goes the mayor. He's conducting a meeting. I wonder if someone could be so bad at, like, consoling another that they actually make the situation worse. Oh, there's a fight going on in the, He's conducting the meeting! Conduct this. Oh, I see. We have a hammer dwarf, so he's... No, we don't have a hammer dwarf. What? You're a hammer dwarf. So, well, hang on. I know a hammer dwarf is just someone who is good at using a hammer. It's not necessarily the, occupation, the hammer. Yeah, because he's a member of the, crossbows. So he's just a hammer dwarf because he's been using his crossbow as a club. Now we've got a hammerer. So you can beat people over the head with your crossbow. Dungeon Master requires a scheming? Whatever. Weaver has been found dead. That was id. Okay, maybe things will return to normal now. Got like 2 more coffins open. Okay, unforbid that bed. All these apricot pits. You can't use them for anything. As far as I know, you can't plant them. What are you doing? Oh, the miller is... Go to dodging X. Go to dodging demonstration. I suppose it was just a few dwarves which were like enemies of the faction or something. Yep. You just beat the miller's head in. Jeez. Okay. Just, I don't know. Deal out the hammerings. Nope, the miner. Oh. And there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. There we go. Someone else dead over there. Come on, dwarves. Don't just put their corpse in a corpse pile. Well, it doesn't mean I need less beds for everyone. So it sorts itself out in the end. People are horrified. They're carrying the dwarf corpses and going to put them in the coffins. Cool. Dismayed. The necromancer's not raising anyone. I thought necromancers, like, passively raised any dead creatures around them. Or is that not a thing anymore? Maybe he's not enough of a necromancer to raise things. Or maybe that's not a thing anymore. Put a pile for bars and block there, there. This can be for stone. And there, and there. Okay, so this one is going to be for coal. This one is going to be for metals. This one is going to be for bituminous coal, lignite. So I don't think we have any of that here. This one will be for any metal ores. And this one can be just extra space. Okay. And we'll produce our things. We need a wood smelter. Another wood smelter. A smelter here. Another smelter. And then a forge. Put the forge here in the corner. There we go. And that will be our smithing area. And I need to create a floor on top of it. Otherwise, dwarves will be unhappy. And I don't have enough wood. Well. Turns his gaze to the forest. We're busy draining those ponds, and what's your problem? Oh. Sunk into depression. Ah. Do this. That. We might actually have had enough wood. They might have just been saying, I can't get there. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through all this and unsuspend all the ones. And there, 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 there, and there, and there, and there. Okay, and this. There we go. Oh, and these bits. Right, did we lose any of the military dwarves from that? No, we did. Dire. You can become part of the crossbows. And I kind of actually suppose we should get a wood stockpile up here also. Just get... Yeah, wood stockpile. But I'll make it so that you only give to a give to the wood furnaces, because I don't want the dwarves taking the wood from that stockpile and using it for construction. Couldn't find a path. Oh, yeah. That's annoying, but no problem. The dwarves are just saying, "Oh, the water's too deep. I can't get the log." Then they'll be like, "Oh, I can't get the log because the water's shallower." I'm surprised it hasn't drained out yet. I thought water moved faster than that. Oh well. What is all this here anyway? Open space. Persimmon tree saplings. Oh! The saplings are like multiple tiles high. I thought they were just one tile high. Grapevines, bean plants. Yeah, it seems like some of the plants are actually multiple stories high there as well. Interesting. But not anywhere else. Hmm. Maybe it's just because water's on top of them. Oh. More bedrooms. And there. And there. And there. And there. And there. No, hang on. Any of these rooms freed up because of dwarves which have died? Nope. 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 Give one to the chief medical dwarf. And another worker. And animal caretaker. What is this? This is Dwarf Fortress, a free to play game made by Tony One or Tom Adams. It is a fantasy world generator game along with like a management game. We are caring, in large quotation marks, for a bunch of dwarves as they try to make a life in a location of our choosing. It's like RimWorld, if you know that. I suppose like Prison Architect or something. Also, welcome. Oh, you're making that out of shale. Whatever. Don't really care about that. Sure, some of the roof will be made out of shale. It'll look a different color, but whatever. Hello, Prison Architect Dwarf. Wolf, this fortress looks amazing. Well, thank you. It's just wooden shacks above ground, really, but it is kind of a fort. Since my, I'll just explain again since there's a few more people here. Since my Gecko Kujo for Mountain Blade series was, a bit too buggy to really warrant playing it, I decided to do some Dwarf Fortress for tonight while I think about what else to do. And this is a fortress which I was playing on my own. Since the new patch came out, because Dwarf Fortress is now on 47.02, which, amongst other fixes the issue of the dwarf babies riding their mothers around to starvation or dehydration. So that's a nice bug not to have anymore. And this fortress is just a forest embarked one on the coastline. That's the ocean right there. And we're on this little bit of land sticking out. And I've channeled it out here and here, and we've got a moat. And I built a fortress on here, though we haven't been attacked. But there are a lot of necromancers in our world, apparently. There's quite a bit of, quite a few of these towers around here filled up with books. But I haven't seen any undead yet. We're here. So. We have got a necromancer liaison somewhere. Where has he gone to? Oh, he's in the temple down there. There he is. He's stressed. Oh, pardon me. She's stressed. He hasn't raised any undead, so... as long as she keeps not doing that, she's welcome. Okay. Are any of these rooms here need to be reallocated because dwarves have died? Don't think of it as losing a dwarf. Think of it as gaining a room. Opening a vacancy. Nope. Okay. You don't understand how streamers always get to play on the coolest looking places. This is just a world which I created randomly. The world is different from how I usually see it. You just have to sort of spend some time looking around. I sort of just... one of the things, if you want to look for, like, coastal areas, you don't really want to have to look on this part, this square here, the green square. You sort of have to look in the areas along the coastline here, which are actually water. Because this is considered land, but this is considered sea. But there is, bleed over. And so, it's more, this is ocean because the majority of that area is water. But there will be some land there. So, if you want like a little bit like I'm on, I would have a look at the ocean tiles rather than the land tiles. If you want specific layouts or locations with specific resources or features, you can put such things into a embark site searcher in the world or something like that. You can sort of say, I want fluxstone, I want minerals, I want no aquifer. I think you could say things like, I want lava as well. And the game will have a look around for a location which adheres to those requirements. But yes, at the moment the biggest problem I'm having is that my dwarves are all upset because I keep getting rained on. They don't like that. And then they throw wobblies, and then they punch each other. And that causes more wobblies. Hence the casket placing. Do we not have any woodcutters anymore? Oh, he's constructing buildings. Animal caretaker. You can now be a woodworker. Woodcutter. Because apparently we need some more. You could be a woodcutter too, gem cutter. Gem cutting and woodcutting are similar, aren't they? Just think of the tree as a giant gem. This is our bookkeeper's place. Good, yes. Did I end up setting you? Yes, I did. Okay, good. All counts are as accurate as possible. Now what am I going to do? Oh, good. You're constructing some of those workshops. And we're going to need to floor over that so that you're not rained on while you work. Deselect. Thank you. I wonder why I keep saying, like... Oh. Ah. Ow. You can't get there. Okay. Can't you walk along there? I suppose not. For whatever reason. Put some more floor over here, because we need to cover up these new temple rooms. There we go. Oh, and you didn't end up... Construct that! Right. Let's place some more temples. And there. Okay. So these are being suspended. Right. So. This one. M-L-A-T. The last one, I think, was 10. Because we had a 16... 15 now, because someone died. 15... 13 and 10. It was Ast, Atil, and the Treasury of 10. There we go. So 10. What's the next highest number after 10? There's 7 there for Okag. 9. Limar, so 9 is the highest so far. Actually, if it's just 9, then if there's another god with 9, then, you know. Yep, okay. Limar. I-M-A-T. Where is it? No. Come on. There we go. L-M-A-T. Okag is fine for next. M-L-A-T. Is there an 8 in here? No. 9, 7, there's a 6. So put the pale there. Actually, I gotta try something else. L-M-A-T. No specific deity. That could be a catch-all for everyone else. If it works like that. It would be very neat. They probably complain that they don't have a unique space, but if we have a whole bunch of dwarves which are just like, I worship this god, and it's like, you're the only person in this fortress who worships this god, just use the non-specific deity worship room. Okay, oh. You're all getting really thirsty because you're lugging stones around. Because I decided to build those out of shale. Also messy. Let's put some offers in these rooms. So they can, stuff their clothes in a chest or something. If they do that. I don't know. They just leave it all strewn all over the floor. It might be related to their personality, because it's not everyone's room. It's just some people's rooms that they have all their stuff all over the floor. I mean, oh, this is all damaged, so that's probably another reason. Actually, yeah. They're probably running around nude, aren't they? Because their clothes are all deteriorating. Oh dear. Do this. Like that. I'll have to mine this out. And it's just a nudist fort, no biggie. Yeah, I mean, you know, at least the male dwarves are covered from the front with their big beards. Maybe the females are too. I think there's a setting in the ini files for that. You can have the female dwarves with beards if you wish. Let me see. Oh, that's a thing. You probably just have to change the raw files or something. I haven't done any modifying to the raw files in ages. Dwarf Fortress is kind of easy to fiddle with, because a lot of the information, if not all of it, is just in text documents. You can sort of fiddle around with basically whatever you want. People have made mods where you can, like, extract rare resources from creatures or something like that, I think. I mean, you can change it so that you can milk a cow and get honey. That's pretty easy. Or you can change it and get, like... I don't even know what else. Just weird things. The only other one I really remember is people changing the internal temperature of a cat to several thousand times the surface of the sun, and they just explode upon embark. But that's really old. Thermonuclear cat explosion. You can also change it so that you can, like, butcher intelligent creatures. Because normally dwarves don't eat intelligent creatures, but you can change that. Elves do. The elves in Dwarf Fortress, actually. Skink men? Elves in Dwarf Fortress, when they kill people, they eat them. At least I remember. That's what I believe they do. Yeah, there's a bunch of skink men and a skink woman. And a giant snail. Hello, giant snail. How are you going? A huge monster in the form of a snail. Its shell is brown, its skin is grey. Not a snailman. Skink man. A large-bodied person with the head and tail of a skink. His scales are striped black and white. His eyes are black. Oh, neat. Never messed with the files? I'd recommend making a copy of Dwarf Fortress before you do so, but I do kind of recommend just fiddling around with it, seeing what you can do. There's some guides on the wiki or on the forums to do it, but I really, if you're not like trying something terribly difficult, I think it's pretty easy to do. What would I remember? At least simple things. Like I was talking about. One of the other things you could do is you can make it so that you can bark as different factions. Or is that actually an option now in Dwarf Fortress? That might be an option now in Dwarf Fortress. You used to have to modify the Ras to be able to embark as goblins or elves. Or humans. Or kobolds. Some of the mods used to be pretty cool. Yeah, I was watching a video actually of a mod. Oh, what's it called? Is it here? I'm just having a look on the wiki. Not on the wiki, on the forum. I think it's called The Long Dark or something? The Long Night mod. And that makes it so that the entirety of Dwarf Fortress is now in a post-apocalyptic setting on Earth, and you have mutants running around the place, and like robots and Roombas. And you have a lot of ranged weapons like Gauss rifles, and you know, you're mining rusted machinery from under the surface of the world and all that. You can play as... The video I watched, if people want to, I recommend watching it, is on Krug Smasher's channel. He was playing as like a faction of like cybernetic android people or something. And they were quite tough, so... He does very good videos, I highly recommend him. Like his short form vids. Yeah! It's good for ideas. Also just seeing what he can do. Though, I've never done anything as crazy as he's done. Because none of my fortresses really go beyond 5 years. And some of the things... You see people on the forums and they've got really impressive constructions and they're like 15 years in or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I could have a fort running in the background and pop into it every now and then on the stream. Everyone ends up dying though. I get bored with it. I sort of end up drawing a blank on what to do next. After everything's running fairly smoothly. Or I die to sieges. Okay, wood furnace, get a bunch of charcoal. You give to a workshop here. Give to another workshop. That's not constructed yet. That is another wood stockpile. Wood furnace it is. Good. And... there. Okay. Give to a shop. This one. Good. One of the other mods I remember, which was quite an old one actually, was there was a mod for Warhammer Fantasy, and you could embark as like Chaos or Skaven, and I remember there was like warpstone you could mine out underground and it would be poisonous. It would create like warpstone clouds when you mined it out, I think. And I think you could have dwarves. You could play as Chaos, and it had a altar building where you could like sacrifice things to get blessings and all that. It was pretty neat. Do I have that? I have so many Dwarf Fortress installations, but I don't think I have it anymore. No. There's one for Suica Fortress, but also an Orc Fortress. Oh, hang on. Warhammer Fortress 1.4.1 by Phobos. When was that downloaded? Okay. 2013. a little while ago. Is there a readme in here? That's just the Dwarf Fortress readme. Here we go. Oh. It's about a tile set. Okay. Does it have something in here which I can read to... There we go. Okay, so it has... I'm just looking at this, RAR. This, compressed RAR file to see what this Warhammer mod had in it, because it's been ages since I've played it. It had Beastmen. Yep, they come in 4 different casts. Ungors, Gors, Bestigors, and Centaurs. Chaos, readme, yeah. The Great Altar. Practice dark rituals, trains the alchemy skill, which is used at this building. Cultists are ideal for this, as they start with a high base alchemy skill, and are often more expendable. Use iron with blood, if you use stone with blood, make essence of corn, and so on. So you're taking 2 bars of bloodsteel and forging them into essence of, like, Nurgle. Need to make a spike of Nurgle. So it's sort of just putting things together to make different items with different effects, I'd imagine. Dwarvish dwarves. You can get slayers, engineers, flayers, priestesses, runesmiths, runecraft workshop, master rune. Oh, it makes a specific axe. Okay, I sort of see how it was done. Yeah, it's all sort of custom, what's it called? What would you call it? Custom, like, creations? Like, oh, I've made a new workshop, and combining 2 objects which I've created, 2 new objects which I've created, create this new object. Do I play adventure mode often? Not really. I ended my last fortress with a bit of an adventure mode, where we had a look around the world, but I tend to play Dwarf Fortress predominantly. I don't think I'm very good at finding things to do in adventure mode. I wander around for a bit, starve, and don't really accomplish anything. There are things to do in adventure mode. You can, like, raid tombs and explore cities and steal from people and hunt bandits and all that, but I don't know. Oh dear, people are fighting down here. What's up now? Oh, the peasant's throwing a tantrum. Oh, and he killed a dog. Well, gee, thanks. Farmer has been found dead. I should probably actually lower the number of bins in here. Let's see. 4, 4, 4, 4, and 3. Okay, and let's create a whole bunch of bins. Gotta get on top of that, otherwise all your bins will be devoured by a stockpile. If you create a large stockpile like this, or allocate each of the squares to have a bin on it, you'll be creating bins. You're like, why don't they go anywhere else? Do we need more drinks? No, we've got 297 drinks. Persimmon wine. That sounds nice. Apricot wine, prickleberry wine, barley wine. And apricot wine. Okay. Oh, we've got a variety of alcohol, so the dwarves are going to be happy about that. And there. Might go for a little bit longer, and then I'll switch over to Warhammer 2 Total War Lusalon. We'll continue with beating up like Bretonnia and the Empire with damned knights. Okay, there and there. Oh, I need more beds. Is my military still somewhere? No. Okay, they're off duty at the moment. What are all these seeds? Prickleberry seeds. Rhubarb seeds, cabbage seeds, prickleberry seeds. That's for barley, that's for grapevines, that's for cranberry vines. Do I need more farms to plant seeds in? There. Okay, do we actually have any, like... like, fuel stones down here? Selenite. Plaster powder. Oh, we can make plaster! How about that? I haven't had that for a while. Oh, for ages. Mind that. Mind the hematite. Mind those gems. And... I don't know. Dig... But down there is where there was the vast aquifer. But we're below the aquifer, aren't we? No. Okay. Just dig up, down. There we go. Are you constructing the farm? You are good. I wonder what we'll plant. Do we have prickleberries growing here? Foxtail millet, cabbages, prickleberries. Yes, we do. And that's rhubarb. Cranberries, grapevine, barley, sure. We should actually gather plants here. There we go. Oh. Actually, no plants growing underneath the trees. Oh, hang on, no. No, wait, that's gather pick fruit. Okay. You can't designate an area for, like, gathering plants. It could be nice, it could be an easy way to get food to gather plants, because a bunch of wild plants will be growing in the area, and you can get a bunch of like carrots and cabbages and all that way, and then you can plant the seeds. If you find yourself needing more food earlier on. Once your farmers get skilled a bit, farms will provide like more than enough food. Okay, and there we go. Like, what are you carrying? Persimmons. You own that persimmon, do you? What about you? Barley, cabbages, whipvines, barley, cabbages. There's a dwarf running around with armfuls of cabbages. Ooh, okay, so then we can go to the smelter and smelt some of the hematite ore. Actually, wait, hold on. Make coke from bituminous coal. We actually have bituminous coal. Where did that come from? Shale. 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 Shale, that's diorite. Gypsum. Shale. Hematite. Am I just missing it? Where did the bitumen... Oh, hang on, no, I think I traded for the bituminous coal a while ago. Oh, look at that! The dwarf is picking up multiple gems at a time! Oh! Hooray! Efficiency. It's just like, ah, there's a bunch of gems here. They're small. I can pick them all up at once. So grand. Olivine, lapis lazuli, orthoclase. Oh, there's gems down here. Extend this out this way. We're below the ocean level. We shouldn't have to worry about flooding, but... Ooh, we've actually got 6 miners. How about that? Must have gotten a few in our migrant waves. Isn't that the case? It's like, you're in a mountain, you don't get any miners. You're in a forest, and you don't do much mining, you get a lot of miners. Oop. Good stream. Oh, well, thank you for following. I hope to see you another time. Have a good day. Thank you for joining us. Selenite. More gypsum powder. Or plaster. Suppose we can... We can like... What's it called? Fix some broken bones if need be. Though we can't mend broken souls. You'll fill in for him. Well, welcome. I think we'll do this for maybe about 2 more minutes and then I'll switch over to Warhammer 2. Because I like Dwarf Fortress, but I don't want to fill the stream off with it. Are you finding anything down there? It's just a bunch of rock. What is this? Shale? Diorite. Yeah. Well, a dwarf's going to be happy that we have some temples. Maybe. Their moods are possibly improved? It's a bit hard to tell. Let's put some more tables down. Well, let's put a table and chair down. It'll make me feel better. Oh, microcline. Hooray! And it's raining here again. Lovely. You finished building that. Okay, actually, I'm going to... How do I get to it? Ooh, M. There we go. New order. Make charcoal. Quantity. 50. There we go. I'm going to need a manager's workshop for that. Or a chair for my manager to be able to organize that. Who's my manager? Where do they live? That's a miner, hammer, woodworker. There's a manager. Okay. The messiest bedroom. Manager, your bedroom is not putting me confident in your managerial skills. You can't manage your own bedroom. Okay, I have to wait for them to put the table and chairs in the stockpile. What's on the map? Giant sparrows and a turkey gobbler. Okay, table. Put it there. Chair, put it there. Export of cabinets. Okay. It's been forbidden. Well, we've got our temple area up. Such as it is. Pretty nice, and it's all undercover too, so the dwarves just have to walk down this hallway past the bedrooms to get in there. Putting the table and chair in his bedroom. And... yeah, smelt a bunch of hematite ore. Okay, and now I can assign this to the manager. I don't think he'll care that it's the same room in his bedroom. Nope. And that will mean that our task will be validated soon. Ooh, you finished that farm. What am I going to plant here? Rye. I don't think you could actually make bread in Dwarf Fortress. Dimple cups. It's interesting that the underground plants have seasonal planting, but the above ground plants don't. And wheat pods. And pigtails. We'll do 2 plots for pigtails. Go. Okay, well, we'll be able to get cloth production going. Anything else? Stocks. I'm going to go and forbid a whole bunch of seeds again. Because we keep eating all these apricots and we can't use the seeds from them. Dump the walnuts, dump the apricots, dump the persimmons. I suppose we can't use ginkgo either. Let me see. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Ginkgo. Oh, ginkgo seeds can be harvested and can be eaten or cooked. Oh, okay, so they their seeds can actually be eaten. Can apricots be apricot? I like how Dwarf Fortress Wiki is just like normal. It's like an abridged version of Wikipedia. Apricots are also to be brewed into alcohol. Yeah. Seed properties, edible. No. Right. Okay. So the ginkgo seeds can stay. Are persimmon seeds edible? I believe they are in real life, but not in Dwarf Fortress. Let's see. White millet, that's fine. Rhubarb seeds. Brickleberry seeds. Yep, okay, that's fine. Okay, however, I think we'll leave Dwarf Fortress there for tonight. We've got a little bit done. I mean, you know, joining in on my fortress, which I was doing in the meantime, set up the temple area for forging, which is going to need to have the roof built over it. I suppose I'll place that now. Since we can. That means when I come back to this... if we come back to this... Well, when we come back to this, maybe. I don't know. Because I did just do a series of Dwarf Fortress. I don't know, whatever. Anyway. So, yes, we'll save it there. Still no attacks. This is the second year, I believe, of the fortress. I'm probably going to get attacked by undead at some point. That's why I've got my Marks Dwarves training. And the, as well as the moat. But it's probably not going to be enough to keep the undead out. It wasn't enough for my last fortress. They just climbed over the walls. Or climbed up in trees and then jumped over. Either way, it ended up with a lot of dead dwarves. I'd still really like to do like an actual castle, castle Dwarf Fortress, but great aspirations tends to fall apart when I realise how much effort's going to be in creating something like that. They're like, oh yeah, it's going to have ramparts and it's going to have, you know, towers and multiple rooms in there with wooden floors and spiral staircases, and then after a while you're just like, oh boy. Because you can't build something like that in a year, and that means you have to build like a smaller location for your dwarves to stay in while they're constructing it. But that means that area has to be defensive, because they're going to be besieged before they finish the actual castle. Anyway, I suppose that's where you just build something underground to keep them in while they're busy constructing it. Anyway, so yes, that will be it for Dwarf Fortress for tonight.